Good morning, Panthers, and welcome to the first episode of PTV in International Women's Month.
Ironically presented by two male anchors. I'm Tyson Grimes.
And I'm Jack Gurman. Let's get right into the sports updates.
Last week, boys varsity volleyball had a tournament at Redondo Union High School, getting second place in the silver bracket on the weekend.
Boys varsity golf played against Westlake last week, coming out with a winning score of 385 to 403.
Unfortunately, this disastrous weather has caused a few events to be canceled, so we hope it clears up for our spring athletes who are starting off strong.
Later today, girls varsity beach volleyball has a home match against Foothill Tech at 3:30.
Later this week, our swim team will compete in the Spartan Relays, a major competition between several schools taking place at Rio Mesa High School. Make sure to wish them luck.
And finally, congratulations to our dance team, who placed third in WCE Championships. With all that being said, let's head to Carson with the Panther Window.
This past Sunday, Jake Paul and Tommy Fury had their boxing match, and it didn't disappoint. It was set to be a good fight between an 8-0 Tommy Fury and a 5-0 Jake Paul. Both Jake and Tommy landed some shots. The fight was very close. The fight went all 8 rounds, and Tommy Fury won by split decision. They put on a good show, and personally, I want to see a rematch. Now, let's head back to the desk.
Now, with all of our spring sports seasons in full swing, this past Tuesday, our boys volleyball team hosted Royal for their first home game of the season. Our Panthers battled it out after being down in sets and came back to win 3-2. The Panthers had many great plays and are looking strong into their season. Their next home game will be next Wednesday, March 8th, where they will take on the Agora Chargers.
Wrestling season came to an end recently. Here's Evan with a fun inside look into the sport. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey Panthers, welcome to another installment of PTV Tries, where today I'm going to be trying to wrestle my friend and PTV crewmate, Carson Berry.
You can get off the step stool now, Evan.
Before my big matchup with Carson, I was able to talk to some wrestlers to see what the sport is all about.
So we have practices 5 days a week or 4 days a week in a duel. You know, we work hard, we do an hour of conditioning, then we do some technique.
I would say that wrestling is definitely like very, very high contact, and it takes a lot of energy that's like, but in a different way than most like other sports. For wrestling, it's a lot more lifting and like technique and stuff.
We have to do a lot of conditioning. We like run for an hour like at the start of every practice before actually wrestling.
And before my big matchup against this guy, I asked for some words of advice.
I would say don't do it, because Carson is pretty good, and Carson's also huge.
Don't let him sit on you. He'll sit on you.
It was now the moment for the PTV matchup of all time. After experiencing wrestling, I was able to ask some wrestlers what the sport has done for them.
We all get along really well as a team, especially considering like as a sport, wrestling is very like individual. You wrestle your own match. Like you're not relying on anybody else, you only have you. And I just think it's great that like we are all able to come together as like a team.
Wrestling's taught me how to work hard and how to like persevere for things that I want to do. And overall, it's just, I feel like it's improved me as a person.
Reporting for PTV Sports, I'm Evan Sussman.
In case you were wondering, Evan is still alive. Well, unfortunately, Panthers, that's all we have in store for today's episode of PTV Sports.
We'll see you again next week.